Every AI you've ever used works the exact same way. ChatGPT, Gemini, even the older Claude models. You ask a question, it gives an answer, and then it sits there waiting for you. You're still doing all the work. Claude Fable AI is the first AI in history that doesn't work that way. This is the model that was so powerful, the US government literally banned it for 18 days. Think about that. No AI model has ever been pulled off the market for being too capable. This one was. And now that it's back, a small group of people are using it in a completely different way than every AI before it. Not as a chatbot, as a worker. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 ways to make money with Fable that were literally impossible with every other AI model. And more importantly, I'll show you the mindset shift that separates the people profiting from this model from everyone else still treating it like a search engine. Let's get into it. Before I give you the 5 money moves, you need to understand what actually makes Fable different, because this changes everything. Every AI before Fable was a tool, like a calculator, powerful, but it only moves when you push the buttons. You prompt, it responds, you check the work, you prompt again, you're the engine. The AI is just the assistant. Fable flips that. Fable is the first model built to work like an employee. You hand it a goal and it plans the steps, does the work, checks its own results, fixes its own mistakes, and keeps going until the job is done, even while you're asleep. Let me say that a different way. Every other AI answers questions. Fable completes jobs, and here's why that matters for money. Think about what you actually pay employees for. You don't pay someone to answer one question. You pay them to own an outcome, handle my leads, run my content, test my product. That's what makes a business run. And for the first time ever, an AI can own outcomes, which means one regular person can now operate like a whole team. That's the shift. Everyone still using AI as a question machine is competing with millions of people. The people using Fable as a worker are playing a completely different game. Now let me show you the 5 ways to turn that into actual income. Money move number 1, sell outcomes, not your hours. Here's how this works. With every old AI model, if you ran a service business, you were still the bottleneck. The AI helped you work faster, but you were glued to the screen, prompting, checking, fixing. With Fable, you delegate the entire outcome. Instead of asking questions, you give it a finish line. Research this market until you can answer these 5 questions. Build this tool and keep testing it until every feature works. Fable doesn't stop after one answer. It works until it hits the goal. So here's the money angle. Every service you could offer a business, market research, competitor reports, data analysis, you can now deliver at a level that used to require an entire team. You charge for the outcome. Fable does the labor. Money move number 2, the 24/7 employee. This is the one that blew my mind. Fable can run on what's called loops. That means you set up a job once and it repeats automatically. Every morning, every hour, whatever you choose, while you sleep, it's working. Let me make this concrete. Imagine a loop that scans the internet every morning and hands you a list of potential customers for your business with personalized outreach messages ready to send. Or a loop that studies what content is going viral in your niche and hands you fresh post ideas every single day. There are people selling lead lists to businesses right now for monthly fees. The client thinks it takes them hundreds of hours. Their AI does it on a loop in minutes. Every other AI model stopped working the second you close the laptop. Fable is the first one that keeps going. That's not a chatbot. That's an employee that works nights and never asks for a raise. Money move number 3, build software that's actually ready to sell. Now you might be thinking, Jonathan, other AI models can build software too. You're right, they can build it. Here's what they can't do. They can't tell you what's broken. And this is where Fable embarrasses every model before it. Old AI models write code that looks right, but hidden inside are bugs, broken edge cases, security holes, things that fall apart the moment a real customer touches your product. People have tested this head to head. They take the same app and ask different AI models to find the problems. The older models find a few issues. Fable finds everything. Critical bugs the other models completely missed. Because Fable doesn't just write code, it tests its own work like a professional engineer before handing it to you. It even spins up multiple agents to attack the problem from different angles. Here's why this changes the money game. The difference between a fun little app and a real product people pay for is reliability. Nobody pays monthly for software that breaks. With Fable, one person with zero coding knowledge can build software that's genuinely ready for paying customers. That was never true before, not with any model. Real quick, if you're getting value from this, comment the word maker below, because at the end, I'm gonna show you the fastest way to turn everything in this video into an actual business. 2 more money moves, and this next one is how the smart people are running Fable without burning through their usage. Money move number 4, use the genius as your architect, not your laborer. Here's something nobody tells you about Fable. It's premium, it's the most powerful model ever created, and it comes with limits. So the people who profit from it don't waste it on small stuff. They run what I call the architect system. Think about how a construction company works. The architect designs the building, the crew does the labor. You don't pay the architect to carry bricks. Same thing here. You use Fable, the genius, to create the plan, the business strategy, the product design, the complete blueprint. Then you hand that plan to the cheaper AI models and they execute the grunt work. Fable's plans are so detailed that a cheaper model can follow them step by step without getting lost. This is exactly how a real company runs. Expensive genius for the thinking, affordable workers for the doing, and now one person can run that entire structure from a laptop. Money move number 5, the advisor that actually knows your business. This might be the highest leverage move of all. Every AI before Fable gave generic advice because it only knew what you typed in that one chat. Fable is different because you can feed it your world, your goals, your numbers, your situation, your past wins and failures. And Fable is the first model smart enough to hold all of it and connect the dots like a real strategist. Then you ask it, look at everything. What should I focus on for the next 90 days? And it hands you an honest assessment of your business, what's working, what's leaking money, and exactly where your attention should go. People pay consultants tens of thousands of dollars for this, and most consultants know less about your business than an AI that's seen every number and every detail. A genius advisor on demand. That alone is worth the entire subscription. So let's recap the 5 money moves. 1, sell outcomes, not hours. 2, run the 24/7 employee with loops. 3, build software that's actually ready to sell. 4, use Fable as the architect and cheaper models as the crew. And 5, turn it into the business advisor that knows everything. Now here's the truth I need you to hear. Fable just made building things almost effortless. The software, the research, the plans, all of it, which means the game has changed. When everyone can build, building isn't the advantage anymore. The advantage is knowing what to build that people will pay for and knowing how to get customers. That's the part Fable can't decide for you. And it's exactly where 99% of people get stuck. That's why my partner and I built Maker AI. We took everything we learned doing over $18 million in sales and turned it into a system. Maker AI finds you a profitable software idea based on real market demand. It validates it so you know people will pay before you build. It gives you the exact prompts to build it with AI, and then it hands you the complete system for getting customers. The one thing no AI model solves on its own. If you want it, comment the word maker below and I'll send you everything. Or click the link in the description. And here's my final thought. The gap between people who use AI as a toy and people who use it as a worker is getting wider every single week. Fable didn't just raise the ceiling, it raised the floor. One person with this model and the right direction can now compete with entire companies. The only question is whether that person is going to be you. If this opened your eyes, subscribe, because I break down how to actually make money with AI every single week.